plan B, and then the video got stuck.
Yeah. It's very necessary to have plan B. So that's what I would say, because you don't know whether you will clear or not, and you should be very confident that you will clear this exam. So that is at most essential is what I would say. But at any day you should be prepared. So if you fail, and also because UPSC is not everything, so there are so many other fields where people have done their own mark and all. So everybody will be talented in their own fields. So you should be like you should have a plan B where in your own field of interest or your own field of graduation is what I would suggest. Because I had my plan B. If I did clear, maybe I was planning to give. I cleared in second attempt, so I was planning to give three at max 4 attempts. So I had in mind ki if I give at least one interview within 3 attempts, so I will go for fourth attempt. If I don't even give an interview or if I don't even qualify till mains, even after 3 attempts, so I would not go for fourth attempt, and I would do my post graduation, that is MD. Like I wanted to do MS in ortho. So that's what I had planned in my mind. So thankfully in my first attempt only I went in interview. So second attempt I cleared. So I was lucky enough, I would say. So it is not the same for everyone. So people sometimes you will like out of maybe one or two questions you will not clear prelims. It may happen every once or twice. So it's not that even after 3 attempts, if I would have maybe cleared in sixth attempt. So there was a possibility of me clearing in sixth attempt also. But I couldn't have spent another 3-4 years only thinking that I may clear in sixth attempt. So that's what I had thought. So it may be very personal. So personal choice, and it is left to that particular individual.
Right, sir. Uh, Coming to you, ma'am, actually, I was going through your Instagram profile and I saw those little quotes that you have made on paper and kept with you during your preparation. So it means that motivation plays a large role, like a huge role in this preparation. So, what do you have to tell to the aspirants that how to keep themselves motivated during the preparation, and how you used to keep yourself motivated during that?
Yeah, that's what. Motivation is a huge thing. If 70% is the preparation, our notes, our books, and our reading material, then 30% is how psychologically you are boosting yourself. कैसे आप अपने आप को रोज उठा के you sit for those many hours and you study. It plays a huge important role. So the first thing when it comes to motivation is that it is internal. It is not something ki if you watch something or if you see other people, that motivation is very short lived. It cannot sustain for say 1.5 years or 2 years. अगर आप खुद जब तक खुद को नहीं सोच लेते हो कि आप क्यों करना चाहते हो, why you want to crack this exam, तब तक वो internal नहीं आएगा. तो सबसे पहले तो वो जरूरी है. और दूसरा, yes, as you mentioned, I had a very small little storeroom converted as a study room. So उसमें I had pasted different quotes, Swami Vivekananda's quotes, and some other persons, something which sort of boosts you, which tells you that there's some purpose in your life that you have decided, and it is this time in which if you give your 100%, it can work wonders for you. So that is something daily level पे आप अपने आप को motivate करते रहिए. Also, one thing I'll say, there are a lot of people who will pull you down, who will tell you that आप नहीं कर सकते हो, आपसे नहीं होगा, आप जल्दी शुरू कर रहे हो, आप लेट शुरू कर रहे हो. There are all kinds of people who talk like that. तो उन लोगों से दूर रहना है. We have to stay only connected to the people who are positive about us, positive about our life and about our success. And nothing more than family comes to that. So I was at home when I was preparing. I was lucky at that time. So घर पे you should connect to your friends and family, and those are the people who will motivate you when you feel down. That is one.
Sure, मैम. तो एक्चुअली आज हम लोग किसी प्रिपरेशन के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं और सारे एस्पिरेंट्स अभी हाल ही में हमारा प्रीलिम्स आने वाला है, उसके बाद नेक्स्ट ईयर का कैलेंडर भी आ गया है.
Sorry, James.
Yeah, it's okay, sir.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, actually I was saying that right now अभी prelims आने वाले हैं on October 10th and उसके बाद UPSC ने अपने next year की notification भी release कर दी है, अपना plan भी release कर दिया है. So I would like to ask you sir कि current affairs की preparation के लिए resources कैसे choose करने चाहिए, कौन सा newspaper better रहता है? काफी सारे aspirants की ये question होते हैं that हमें नहीं पता whether we have to read the Hindu or Indian Express. So what do you have to say about it?
इससे पहले can I speak something in Kannada? Because I'm getting so many requests कि कन्नड़ में कुछ बोलो करके.
Yeah, sure, sir.
So ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. So ತುಂಬಾ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲ.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
So ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. So ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋ ಸೆಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಹಕರಿಸಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಓಕೆ I'll start now. So coming to current affairs, so if you are planning for next year, so it might be scheduled in the has it come out? So the timetable?
Yes, sir. In June, on 9 June, I think.
9th June is the prelims. Okay,
Yeah.
so current affairs if you are planning from now, so coming to sources, pehle to newspaper is the vital source for current affairs. So that is inevitable. So people who plan that newspaper I'll collect it for a whole month and I'll read at the end of the month, or those who say that I'll read only summary or only the current affairs, monthly current affairs is enough and all. So maybe it might work for few, but most of us we would have studied newspaper daily. So like I used to prepare from the Hindu. So there are so many who have prepared from Indian Express also. So from South India, the Indian Express which you get in Delhi is different from the Indian Express we get in Karnataka. So that's why I prepared from Hindu, because it is very different here. So I heard Indian Express is also good enough.
Yeah.
So you can prepare from both. So any of the newspaper. So that is your one. But with current affairs daily, then you will have to read monthly current affairs. Then at the end of the year, before prelims, 2-3 months before, so many coaching centers will come up with the whole year booklet summary like PT 365 and all. So you need to revise in that. So I would say मेरा preparation ऐसे था. So current affairs का. So every day, even if I miss a meal, so I would be okay with that, but I would not miss reading the newspaper. So newspaper was essential for my preparation. Every day to start with the newspaper, finish off newspaper within 2 hours. So रात को ना, so every day like few institutes come up with daily current affairs summary. So which you can finish off in 15-20 minutes. They would have summarized everything. So before going to sleep, I used to read the daily current affairs summary. So then उसके बाद, so after every beach when it comes to half or 14-15 के बीच में vision current affairs used to come. So that I used to read every month. So then after that PT 365. So I would have covered a news maybe 5-6 times before I go and sit to prelims. So this was my regular schedule, and I would not miss on any even a single day newspaper daily summary also. So any monthly summary or PT 365. So I would have read a news 5-6 times, and I was very confident in current affairs part. So that's how you should prepare for the next year. So this is the right time to start for the next year. पूरा एक साल का newspaper पढ़ना होता है. So and you need not go for 2 year back and all. So one year newspaper or current affairs is enough.
Okay, sure, sir. And ma'am, some of the people ask this question that whether they can skip the newspaper and just read the monthly magazines that are available on online resources. Would it be okay?
That's what Arjun told, that skipping a meal is okay, but skipping the newspaper is not. Now the reasoning being, when you read a newspaper or when you read an article, say for example you're reading an editorial, you would see how a writer is introducing the subject, how is he going into the intricacies of it, कैसे details को descriptions को cover किया जा रहा है और कैसे उसको conclude किया जा रहा है. When you read the newspaper, you are actually building the foundation for your answer writing. So it is not just current affairs that you're taking in, you're also covering the mains part, which is going to decide your rank. So my thing is, it's not just current affairs which you cover. आप बहुत कुछ सीखते हैं newspaper से, और समरी अगर आप पढ़ लेते हैं तो केवल एक चंक में आपको वो पढ़ना है, डिटेल में आप समझ नहीं पाते हैं, आप उस इशू को फॉलो नहीं कर पाते हैं। न्यूज़पेपर में कई बार कोई इशू डेवलप होता है तो आज ये हुआ, कल वो हुआ, आफ्टर अ वीक यू विल फाइंड दैट समथिंग हैज हैपेंड, बट इफ यू फॉलोड द न्यूज़ फॉर अ वीक यू नो हाउ इट हैज डेवलप्ड ओवर टाइम, you know that will also help your thought process. So keeping those things in mind, reading the newspaper directly, especially the editorial section, is extremely important. Do not skip that. Summaries will seal it for you. Summary can be, you know, a revision for you, but not the base source.
So I would like to add on this. So as Srishti was telling, so newspaper padne se, like people like us, so we don't think in English. So we think in our own mother tongue. So like I think in Kannada. So I say like there are so many people who think in their own mother tongue. People think in Hindi or I say so in their own mother tongue. For us, expressing our answers or anything in English becomes kind of a difficult. So it's not that we don't know English. So but it is difficult for us because we think in our own mother tongue. So for us, Hindu or any newspaper helps us a lot. So the language which in which they write, so or like it is very bureaucratic and diplomatic language they use in newspapers. You will pick up automatically if you go on reading it for years together. You will automatically pick up and it will reflect in your answer. So that is one more added advantage for most of the aspirants, which you will not realize and which you will not appreciate.
So it means newspaper is a very important part of this preparation.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to ask you that whether aspirants must leave their social media and everything for their preparation. What would you suggest that to leave the social media or to be with it and manage their time?
So this is here we would this is very we both are very different in that. So she was totally out of social media. I was totally in social media. I used to use all social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Snapchat, whatever was there, Telegram, sub use karta tha. So I still remember before going to mains exam, every day I used to wake up. So I used to log in and Insta feeds dekh ke baad mein then I used to start. So I said all I have done this.
And so, I cannot even imagine that I'll do something and then I can focus. So I would never have focused if I would have had so many social media accounts.
So it is an individual call. So I could manage. So maybe I can say how I managed. So social media, how I used to use, like while I was studying. So every hour, hardly once I used to take 5 to 10 minutes ka break. So I used to switch off internet when I started studying. So then next 50 minutes, 55 minutes, I used to keep my internet switched off no matter what. So then I used to switch on internet and next 5-10 minutes I used to browse all social media and reply to messages. Or if I have to search on anything on internet, I would have noted it down. So I would search that on internet and I used to manage both social media and studies. Because leaving this all together, I could not imagine because I'm always active on social media. So Srishti's preparation is different. I would suggest that.
Yeah, I think there is more avenues to be distracted in social media when you're really preparing for something, when you're on to something. So I don't know. I think it's a very personal call, but my personal suggestion would be to limit your social interactions to your close group and not to let yourself get distracted and all of this into whatever happens on social media. It's a very important time of your life and it's very important that each and every moment आप बहुत अच्छे से focus करके कर रहे हो पढ़ाई. That's my thing.
Right. Ma'am, I would like to ask you, when must a person start going for mock papers for prelims? Like when in preparation, from the first day or after preparing all the course syllabus, completing the syllabus?
Yeah. See, tests and mock tests have paid off really well for me. And I'll also share when reading. So, एक बार आप जब subject, when you've read the subject once, when you have done the basic books, when you've studied the reference books, and you have a basic idea of what kind of questions can be asked, now that is the correct time to give mock tests. And it will be better if you are giving mock tests, say every 15 days or every week. As and when the exam comes closer, then the frequency of the tests can be improved, can be increased. You can give tests every 3 to 4 days, like that. Giving mock test is very important. Timing can be based on how well you are prepared. But also, even till the last minute when you are giving mains आप अंदर जा रहे हो या prelims देने अंदर जा रहे हो, there are a lot of things and subjects which you would not have covered. So ऐसा भी नहीं है कि you wait for the last end when you feel कि I'm fully prepared now, I'm ready to give test. वो time कभी नहीं आने वाला है. So once you have given the reading, you should start writing tests.
Okay. Now, sir, I would like to talk about mains answer writing. काफी सारे क्या actually मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि mostly aspirants बहुत ज़्यादा डरते हैं. They are really scared of starting this answer writing process. They do not know when to start it, and sometimes they are not confident or they are not consistent with it. So, when did you start answer writing and how to do it? Can you tell something about it?
So answer writing, I would suggest everybody to start right from the first day itself. So जैसे कि like if you have started your preparation and the most of the questions now which are being asked or which are being given in any mock test, so are based on general aspects or general studies which will be going on in and around you. So first day you will write the worst possible answer you can. So that is true for everybody. That was true for me. So that is true for everybody. So no matter when you start, the first day answer will be the worst. You keep it yourself with yourself, keep it aside. So and you go on writing every day, every single day, at least 2 questions every single day. So like you will spend 10 to 15 minutes per question and half an hour for 2 questions. So go on writing 2 questions every single day, right from the first day of your preparation. So trust me, if you compare your first day answer with the answer which you are writing after the 100th day or maybe 150th day, so you will see the difference. You will get the confidence ki what you are doing. So how well you have improved. Even if you are writing 3-4 lines on the first day, it is good enough. But starting is very very important when it comes to answer writing, because you will always tend to postpone this. So you I'll start after 1 month, I'll start after 2 months, I'll start after first reading or one revision. So or I'll start after prelims. So you should never do that. So starting is the vital thing when it comes to answer writing. So coming to me, I started answer writing maybe like 6 or 7 months before prelims. So that's when I wrote my first answer. So that's when I wrote my first essay. So then I was regular when it comes to answer writing. So given the optional which I had, medical science, so given the amount of time which it requires to prepare, so out of 3.5 months out of 100 days which we get for between prelims and mains, so maybe 60 to 70 days minimum we have to spend on medical science. So we will get at least at max 25 to 30 days for general studies. So answer writing was the crux of my preparation when it comes to mains. So I started 6 to 7 months before prelims. So and it has definitely helped me given the very limited time which I spent on general studies.
Right. You too, ma'am, started answer writing from like day one of your preparation, or you did after prelims?
No. I think after prelims is a deadly time to leave answer writing too. Uh, when you are studying the subject, say a year before, when you started reading the subject, you've been through the NCRTs, you can right away start answer writing. You do not have to delay to the last minute. Answer writing is a skill, so it needs time and practice. You cannot expect yourself that I will read the best material on this and then I will write the best answer. It does not work like that. You have to write more, see what mistakes you're doing, whether or not you are including the required arguments, whether or not आप सही तरीके से आंसर को इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हो, सही तरीके से कंक्लूड कर रहे हो. That will come with time. So and that will come with practice. So ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा जितना आप आंसर्स प्रैक्टिस करते हैं उससे you will be able to improve on your own also. So don't wait for the last day or for the prelims especially. Start answer writing while you're preparing integrated जो आप prepare कर रहे हैं mains prelims पहले साल से, उसी time आप answer writing शुरू कर सकते हैं.
Okay. So, ma'am, ये answer writing with GS1, GS2, GS3 will be subject based only. Like people are already preparing for those subjects and then they have to write these answers. But what about GS4? How to practice that? How to check themselves whether they are going like on the right way or not? How do you prepare GS4 for answer writing?
GS4 is very tricky because अगर आप 2 पार्ट में पेपर को देखोगे तो फर्स्ट पार्ट इज अबाउट the keywords, the quotes. Nowadays they are giving quotes and they ask you to elaborate on that. You know, I think it requires a lot of reading, uh, but crisp note making. So, जो भी keywords होते हैं, you know, you have empathy, you have the dedication and integrity. All of these keywords are mentioned in the syllabus. Prepare your notes well on it. Read the whatever quotations you find and try to write on your own. You know, practice sort of really helps on that. And when it comes to the second part of the paper, which is case studies, उसपे newspaper reading and all of these instances, some government reports which you will read, those will help you, because case studies are ultimately, you know, reality things that they've put in front of you. So in order to develop options, in order to write a good answer for that, you need the usual reading will help you out. And again, there was one book which was about case studies. I have mentioned it in my book list. I don't remember the author only. So that I referred for case studies. And for the first part of the paper, I prepared my own notes and I relied on that.
Okay. And so, what about essay writing practice? How to do essay writing practice? How to pick up the topics for essay writing?
So essay writing practice, when it comes, you can't write essay every single day. So maybe you can pick a Sunday for that. So that's what I used to do. Every Sunday I used to write one essay each. So and coming to choosing or picking subjects, so there are so many institutes which will come up with free questions essay. So or they will come up with a question paper which has eight essays. So you can choose one essay per week and you can go on writing for 8 weeks. So choosing the question is not difficulty, or you can also go back to previous year UPSC question papers and you can pick those essays, and it's not always based on current affairs, it's mainly a general topic which you can write upon. So questions availability is not a difficulty. So but practicing essay is very important. So when it comes to essay, there is no much of a content. Okay, there is no much of a content to prepare from. There is no particular book which can give you like Lakshmikant, which will give you the whole content with which you can write any essay. ऐसे कुछ नहीं है. So given that scenario, you will have to prepare for the long term, and you should use your general studies knowledge as the crux of your content for the essay. Essays, mainly essays, reading the question, analyzing the question, what is the requirement of the essay topic, and presenting the essay with the adequate facts and figures of the content. So that's all. That's very simple, but that requires a lot of practice over the time. So practicing essay is the key when it comes to essay writing, and getting it evaluated is also very important. Getting it evaluated, maybe peer evaluation of like-minded people. So there are so many people who, most of them will try to pull you down or will try to bring your confidence low. So don't show it to them. So maybe to your friends who are of same mental this one, and at the same time to your faculty of, if you are going to any coaching, or to any seniors so who have already cleared exams. Maybe like I used to help out my juniors with evaluating 1 or 2 essays. So that's all the time I could spare. But I used to evaluate 1 or 2 essays and tell the areas which they should improve on. So essay they can evaluate that with the academies or with peer evaluation, and they can improve upon it.
Okay. And now I would like to ask ma'am about choosing the optional, that how to choose the right optional for oneself, what role it plays in this examination.
Optional plays a huge role. A lot of marks, for example, 300 plus marks in our final scores, we all gain from optional. And so it is a game changer, that is no doubt. Choosing, when it comes to choosing an optional, first start with the subject of graduation. For example, I had chemical engineering, which was not any optional subject for UPSC CSE. It was for forest, so I couldn't choose that. Then I, browsed through political science and public administration and sociology, subjects which interested me. The first thing I did was downloaded their syllabus and their previous year question papers, went through that. And then also for a week or so I read their NCRTs. So I realized that sociology is one subject which I'm interested in, which I can find some online notes on. And when I went through the previous year papers, I thought that this is a subject which I can study for long hours, and I can work well. So I chose that subject. It was purely on the basis of my interest, and that was the sole factor for me. For you, I think it was your
It
graduation
was my
subject.
graduation background because I took medical science as optional.
So I think it gets very personal. Ask yourself whether or not you can take your graduation subject. If you can, then it's really great. If not, then go on your interest.
And ma'am, when to start preparing for optional?
I think after you've been through one reading of the GS, for example, मेरा sociology था, so directly if I would have picked up sociology, I would not have really understood a lot. तो एक reading मान लीजिए I had done for NCERT basic history, geography, civics पढ़ लिया था for like 10th standard. उसके बाद I picked up my optional, and I think that is the right time because you are through once the GS and you're ready for some special subject which you have to dwell in. And you can sort of say give 2 days in a week for optional or 3 days in a week for optional. That depends on the length of the optional also. So sociology was not as lengthy. I think medical science is very lengthy. So depends on which option you're taking to decide how many hours or days you're going to give for its preparation.
Right, ma'am. And sir, I would like to ask you because we do not get much of selected candidates who have taken medical science as their optional. So I would like you to guide the aspirants who are trying to crack civil service examination with optional of medical science. So can you guide them a bit?
Medical science, yeah, as you told, as you said, so very few choose medical science. Even among doctors, very few choose medical science, given the enormity of syllabus and all. So I would say, if you have confidence in your medical education background, in your undergraduation background and the knowledge which you have from undergrads, so you just go for it because there are so many of us who have cleared from medical science background. But the negative fallout, which I would say, is it's very lengthy. So because you'll have to spend a lot of time for medical science optional. So, but the advantage is you will any day any question being asked, if you have a good knowledge of medical science from before. So even if you have not studied that topic from for your preparation, you can write answer because you are a doctor and you cannot say that I don't know about anything. So because you would, that's how we would have prepared throughout our undergrads, and we would have studied a lot. We have given 5.5 years for this, and you would be knowing something or the other regarding any given topic, and you will write about it. So be confident about it. So, but again, you think twice before taking this option. So, given a chance, if I have to choose optional now, maybe I wouldn't have chosen medical science because it took a lot of time for my mains, and maybe it has affected quite a preparation for me. But we have cleared. I have got 300 plus marks, so it is possible to score good in well in medical science. So you can go for it.
Okay. Now, ma'am and sir, actually, we went for this. We asked for some questions from the aspirants on our Instagram page, and there were a few questions. I would just like to pick a few ones and ask you about them. Uh, so many of them asked about your daily schedule while the UPSC preparation.
Days schedule. My day used to start with newspapers, and I used to have a combination of 2 subjects in a day. I felt अगर एक ही दिन में मैं पूरे दिन geography या history पढ़ रही हूँ तो I used to find it boring. So I used to divide it into say 2 hours of this and 2.5 hours of that. And I used to end my day again with current affairs revision. You find a lot of websites जहाँ पे current affairs दिए रहते हैं. वो पढ़ के and उनके questions attempt करके that would end my day.
Okay. And what about you, sir?
So again, I used to start my day with newspaper. So I used to complete a given subject. So if I started with history, till I finish history, I used to not start anything else. That's how I have been preparing since for years together. So that's how that's what I used to stick. And I used to have, like as she told, I used to have a particular target to achieve in a single day. Like I used to do it in number of pages. So if the fonts were big, I used to keep it for 100, 200 pages a day. So this was my target, and I used to divide it according to hours. So if I have to finish 100 pages, 10 pages per hour, then I should.
Okay. And I would like to ask this another question that can a person rely on online resources rather than offline coaching and all this for preparation?
Yeah, definitely. Because I have not taken any coaching, so I have not. My first time I went to Delhi was for my first interview.
Same.
So again, the same for her. So we have not gone for a war and.
Offline this thing, it helps you thoda sa to give you a guide, but ऐसा नहीं है that it's not possible to crack this exam in online. Online resources are available. There are very good websites, very good compilations, current affairs and notes. So if you choose and get the correct whatever guidance material, if you can choose correctly, then I think you can manage it online also.
And many of our batchmates have done it like through online only. So they have not taken any coaching per se. So yeah, you can. We are the examples. So maybe you can do it.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am. You took out time for all of us and you came here, stayed with us in this session.
Thank you.
I would like to
It was a
thank you.
great session.
It was a great session for us both to connect with.
And it is my pleasure to be here with you both and asking you questions.
Thank you.
All the very best to everyone. That's all from us.
So yeah, all the very best. So we have also seen toppers videos like this, and
Yeah,
we used to
what we discussed
watch.
and-
So that's what we were discussing. We used to watch toppers interviews like this over YouTube and over Instagram live sessions, and that's how we used to get motivated, and we used to get a lot of guidance because we both have prepared from our home. So we used to get a lot of guidance and motivation looking at toppers. So that's why we also came like looking at us. Maybe those who are watching this, few of you may become like civil servants in the years to come. Then please do come and meet us. Then we'll be very happy. To
All
know
the very
that,
best to
yeah.
everyone. Then.
All the very best. Thank you.
Actually, the number of questions that we got from aspirant side was around 800 to 900 questions. So there were too many people.